last episode, we saw how Valmiki was unable to kill that little girl, goddess Saraswati in disguise. But the change so far is not complete. He doesn't know why the sword fell off from his hands. He is confused about his feelings. He doesn't know what to do. He leaves his band. He roams around the forest all by himself and sings, "Bakulo hoye bone bone ভ্রমি একলা শূন্য মনে ব্যাকুল হয়ে." In the meantime, his companions, they have gotten together again. They have again captured that girl and they bring her near the goddess Kali, the image, and they say, "ছাড়বো না ভাই, ছাড়বো না ভাই, এমন শিকার ছাড়বো না, হাতের কাছে অমনি এলো অমনি যাবে, অমনি যেতে দেবে কে রে, রাজাটা খেপেছে রে, রাজাটা খেপেছে রে, তার কথায় আর মানবো না." They are saying that why should we let her go? We will never get another victim like her. Our king is mad. We will not listen to him anymore. And then they all joke amongst themselves, and the first robber says, "Raja Maharaja ke jane, ami Raja Dhiraj." I don't know any other king. I am the king. Tumi ujir, কোতোয়াল তুই, ওই ছোঁড়াগুলো বর কন্দাজ, যত সব কুঁড়ে আছে ঠাঁই জুড়ে, কাজের বেলায় বুদ্ধি যায় উড়ে, পাধবার জল নিয়ে আয় ঝট, কর তোরা সব যে যার কাজ। And then another robber says, আছে তোমার বিদ্যে সাধ্যি জানা, we know how much you are capable of, রাজত্ব করায় কি তামাশা পেয়েছো, is it so easy to become a king? Then again the first robber says, জানিস নে কেটা আমি, don't you know who I am? ঢের ঢের জানি, ঢের ঢের জানি, yes yes I know who you are. হাসিস নে মিছে, যা যা সব আপন কাজে, যা 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 আপন কাজে. The first robber says that you all go and do your own work, and I am the king, you all have to obey me. And they are all laughing at him, and the little girl, he cries, says that what will happen to me now, and calls out to her mother and says, "Mother, please come to me. I think this is my last day on the earth." And the robbers again come in with all the things needed for the sacrifice and for the worship, and they all sing and dance around the image of Kali. And suddenly when they are singing and dancing, "Eto rongo shikhecho kothay mundo malini," in comes Valmiki. "Aho, হাস্পর্ধায় কি তোদের নরাধম, তোদের কারেও চাহিনে আর, আরে আর না রে." Then they go and ask for forgiveness. "দূর দূর দূর, আমারে আর ছুঁস নে, don't touch me, এসব কাজ আর না." This is the first word that comes to his mouth. এসব কাজ আর না, I'm not going to do this work again. আর না, আর না, ত্রাহি সব ছাড়িনু. This is the first thing he says, first time in his life he says that I'm going to give up this life of bloodshed and murder, and I will seek something else. And then he turns to the girl and says, "আয় মা আমার কাছে, কোনো ভয় নাহি আর, don't you be scared, come with me. And next scene we are seeing that the wood nymphs are all happy, it's raining, and that earlier fear that the robbers are disrupting the peace of the forest is no longer there. They sing rim jhim ghono ghono re, boroshe rim jhim ghono ghono re, boroshe rim jhim ghono ghono re, boroshe rim jhim ghono ghono re. They're all singing and dancing in the rain. The general atmosphere is that of peace and happiness. But the contrast is in Valmiki, the very next song, কোথায় জুড়াতে আছে ঠাঁই, where will I get peace, where will I find solace, কেন প্রাণ কেন কাঁদে রে, who can comfort me, what will bring me peace? Then he thinks that if I go hunting again, will that help? যাই দেখি শিকারেতে, রহিব আমোদে মেতে, ভুলি সব জ্বালা বনে বনে ছুটিয়ে, I'll go hunting with my friends. No. কেন প্রাণ কেন কাঁদে রে,
যাই দেখি শিকারেতে রহিব আমোদে মেতে, যাই দেখি শিকারেতে রহিব আমোদে মেতে, ভুলি সব জ্বালা বনে বনে ছুটিয়ে।
The mood is shifting every two lines. আপনা ভুলিতে চাই, ভুলিব কেমনে, কেমনে যাবে বেদনা, how will I ever forget my sorrow? ধরি ধনু অনিবান, গাহিব ব্যাধের গান, দল বল লয়ে মাতিব, let me go out with my friends and let me hunt and let me bring my arrow and my bow and let me enjoy. But again, why is it that my heart is crying, my heart is bleeding? But then he blows his trumpet and the robbers are very happy, they all come running. কেন রাজা ডাকিস কেন, এসেছি সবে, বুঝি আবার শ্যামা মায়ের পূজা হবে. Why are you calling us king? Are we going to offer our prayers to Kali? And he says, শিকারে হবে যেতে আয় রে সাথে, we'll all go hunting, come with me. ওরে রাজা কি বলছে শোন, they are very happy. The king now again wants to go hunting, we'll all go with him. And they then go start hunting. এই বেলা সবে মিলে চলো হো চলো হো. They all go hunting and then Valmiki comes and says that গহনে গহনে যা রে তোরা নিশি বহে যায় যে, তন্ন তন্ন করি অরণ্য করি বরাহ খোঁজগে. Go and try to find the big games like the elephant or the wild boar, and all the night animals will come out just now. Take your weapons and take your lights with you and go hunting. And then they all go. They say, chal chal bhai, tora kore mora aage jai. But the first robber is extremely cowardly, and when he saw the boar, wild boar with its tusk, he is very, very scared, and he hides behind some kind of undergrowth. And he says, প্রাণ নিয়ে তো সটকেছি রে করবি এখন কি ওরে বড়া করবি এখন কি. The wild boar was probably chasing them, so he had run for his life. He had run for his life and managed to hide himself somewhere. বাবা রে আমি চুপ করে কচু বনে লুকিয়ে থাকি প্রাণ নিয়ে তো সটকেছি রে করবি এখন কি. And then another robber comes limping. Now this is the comic relief. When we were also small, we used to wait for this scene when another robber came in saying, crying and limping, bolbo ki aar bolbo khudo ho ho amar ja hoyeche boli kar kache একটা বুনো ছাগল তেড়ে এসে মেরেছে ঢু. See how music and acting are mingled together. It's very difficult to separate the two. The funny situation that is created here, that this other robber was knocked down by a wild goat and he is limping, and then the first robber says, তখন যে ভারী ছিল জারি জুরি. You used to brag about your courage, and now why are you crying? এখন কেন করছো বাপু কোনখানে লেগেছে বাবা দিয়ে একটু ফু. Then the other robbers come and say that you can't afford to sit here anymore, we will have to go and hunt, the hunt is not complete, etc., etc. They all go, and then Valmiki comes after them and tries to stop them. He who had asked them to go hunting tries to stop them by saying that rak rak phel dhonu, rak rak phel dhonu, chhadish ne ban. And the robbers are baffled. They say, what is this? What is wrong with this man? Ar na ekhane ar na aye re shokole choliya jay. No more. Let us leave this man, because this is not the same man we used to follow. He's totally a different person. He has thrown away his arrow, he's thrown away his weapon, his sword, and he's crying if we hunt. Let us just leave him and let us all go. And then Valmiki again roams around the forest and doesn't know what to do with his own life, when another turning point comes, and we all know what happened. Two birds were sitting on the branch, perched on a branch of a tree, and two hunters came to hunt them, and Valmiki tried to stop them. The hunters are saying, দেখ দেখ দুটো পাখি বসেছে গাছে, আয় দেখি চুপি চুপি আয় রে কাছে, আরে ঝট করে এইবারে ছেড়ে দে রে বান, রোষ রোষ আগে আমি করি রে সন্ধান. And then Valmiki goes and tries to stop them. He says that they have not done you any harm, just leave them in peace. Why do you want to kill them? They're innocent birds. And then the hunters don't listen to Valmiki. They just shoot the birds, and one bird fell onto the ground, and immediately Valmiki utters those immortal lines. Ma nishad pratisthang tvamagamaha shashwati samaha yat krauncha mithuna dekamavadhi kama mohitam. And an illiterate man speaking in Sanskrit, he is totally not only surprised, he is stunned, dazed. How could he utter, which is something which is known as Deva Bhasha, language spoken by the gods? Then immediately he says, Ki bolinu ami eki shulolito bani re. I didn't know this word, this language. How is it that I was able to see this? And suddenly in front of him, he saw Goddess Saraswati, or maybe an illusion, just in front of him. And he says, what is this? It's lightning. It's lightning, but it is still lightning. And it has brightened the entire forest. Who is this? And immediately the wood nymphs come in and they say that this is Bharati, Goddess Saraswati, and she has come and she has sanctified our forest, she has purified our souls. And Valmiki also bows before her and offers his homage. But then Saraswati disappears. And then Valmiki turns to the deity, the Kali, the image of Kali, Goddess Kali, and says that, Shama ebar ছেড়ে চলেছি মা, পাষাণের মেয়ে পাষাণে তুই না বুঝে মা বলেছি মা, শ্যামা এবার ছেড়ে চলেছি মা. Shama is another name for Kali, that I am going to leave you now because you are very hard. You are as hard as the stone that you are made up of, and you had made me hard also. And now that I have found my own mother, my tears have softened me. Then he goes around like a mad person seeking Goddess Saraswati. And he's saying that, where are you hiding yourself? Why are you hiding yourself? When the Goddess of Wealth, Lakshmi, she appears and she says that, Kano go apono mone bhumicho bone bone sholilo dunayone kishero dukhe. Why you just loitering around so sad? Do you know who I am? I am the Goddess of Wealth. If you worship me, I'll give you wealth, so much of wealth that will cover the earth. You know that if you are favored by the Goddess of Wealth, you don't require anything else in this world. I have left my seat and I have come here to seek you, to bless you. Look at me and be blessed. And Valmiki refuses. He says that you are not the same goddess, you are not the same, the same vision that I had. You are somebody different. You have brought me wealth. I don't know that. I don't want that. I don't want all these jewels, all these wealth and gold. Give all that to others who want them. I want to hear the same veena that I heard. I don't want you. Please forgive me. And then Lakshmi disappears. Valmiki is almost in a very abnormal state. He can't eat, can't sleep. He's all the time roaming around like a blind person groping in dark, trying to find Goddess Saraswati. And the wood nymphs come and appeal to Goddess Saraswati, saying that, why did you appear before him if you just wanted to elude him like this? He can't live a normal life unless you come and bless him. And then Saraswati finally appears before Valmiki when he says that, Ei je herigo Devi amari, you are the person I was looking for, you are the goddess I've been looking for, and you blessed me so that I was able to speak a language I didn't know. Now you bless me so that I can continue to live, continue to speak that language, continue to live a proper life. And then Saraswati says that, দিনহীন বালিকার সাজে এসেছিনু এ ঘোর বন মাঝে, গলাতে পাষাণ তোর মন, কেন বৎস শোন তাহা শোন. I came to this forest in the disguise of a little girl. I wanted to change you. I wanted to soften your heart. I'll tell you why. I am Saraswati. I have come here to teach you to sing. I have chosen you to write a great epic which would be read over hundreds and hundreds of years, and your name would always be remembered by everyone. And saying this, he blessed him and gave him her own veena. So this was the story of Valmiki Pratibha. Now, after narrating the story of Valmiki Pratibha, let us look at the different influences in it. In the very beginning, the very theme of the play, as I had said earlier, was influenced by Bihari Lal Chakraborty and his Sharada Mongol Sangit. And we find certain echoes of Bihari Lal's words also in Rabindranath's Valmiki Pratibha. Like in Bihari Lal, we find Kamola Thomoke Hashi Choran Ratono Rashi, and Rabindranath writes Kamola Diteche Ashi Ratono Rashi Rashi. In another place, Bihari Lal Chakraborty writes, Jao Lokhi Olokaye, Jao Lokhi Omoraye, Esho na e jogi jono topobon sthale. In Valmiki Pratibha, Jao Lokhi Olokaye, Jao Lokhi Omoraye. Same words. E bone, esho na, esho na, esho na e dino jono kutire. So these are the words taken from Sharada Mongol. Then of course I mentioned Nancy Lee, which influenced Kali Kali Bolo Riyaj. And then there are influences of Hindustani classical music also, like Hai Ki Dasha Holo Amar, sung by the girl Balika. Hai Ki Dasha Holo Amar. This was taken from a Persian song, Hal Mein Rabe Raba, which Rabindranath's father, Maharshi Debendranath, used to know. So he got this song from him. And then the very last song, Ei Je Heri Go Debi Amari, when he saw Saraswati at the end. Ei Je Heri Go Debi Amari. The original was Maniki Kamala Dala Kholiyan Sababagyan. And there are other traces of Hindustani classical music. Most of these songs were based on Hindustani classical music. And then of course we cannot deny Jyotirindranath's influence. Jyotirindranath in fact writes in his memoir that when Valmiki Pratibha and Kalmrigaya were written, he along with Rabindranath and Akhay Chandra used to sit together, and he used to play his piano at random, playing and inventing new and new tunes, and the other two would supply the words, and that is how more and more new songs would be created. So this was Valmiki Pratibha, and this was its history, its story, and the influences.